mouth runs. All I hear is Lala. Say your ABCs. Do whatever it is you please. Cause I'm not even listening. All I hear is Lala. La.
Hey, it's David Levin, and welcome to Pop Goes the Culture, presented by Wise Brother Media. And today I am talking to the great and powerful Laura Marano from Disney Channel's
Yay!
Austin and Ally. How are you, Laura?
I'm so excited. So good to talk to you.
You too. You've got a lot going on. You've had a lot going on, and, you know, I know Austin and Ally is over now, but now you're doing music stuff. You have boomboxes out, and now you got a new single came out like at midnight, right?
Yes, I'm freaking out. Like, the response has been, like, insane and amazing. And, yes, Lala, it's out now on iTunes. I wrote and recorded the song, like, 2 months ago, I want to say.
Holy moly.
So it's like...
So waiting must have been, like, crazy for you, right? Like pins and needles?
Oh, totally. I was like, I want everyone to hear it. But I wanted to be perfect, too. So I was, like, perfecting in everything. But I'm so happy everyone can hear it now.
And you're going to be... So Lala is out. This is like a real sort of personal thing. You wrote it yourself, yes?
Yeah, it's, you know, I kind of came in, and I think a lot of things were kind of happening, and I wanted to write, you know, a really fun, happy, celebratory song, but kind of like the concept was like, screw you for not like accepting me for who I am. But it came from, like, it's not like an angry place or frustrated place. It literally is like a place of acceptance of, like, I'm so happy with where I am right now and who I am that I don't care what you say about me or what you're saying to me.
That's a great message.
Thank you. It was, you know, it's whenever I sing it and I'm rocking to it, I get definitely more, you know, a little bit happier and a little more secure. So I'm hoping everyone who listens to it can just have fun listening to it. And, you know, if anyone's telling them something that's making them insecure or not confident, then they can just say, hey, all I hear is Lala.
Right, exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now Now, you told a great story earlier about you and your sister, that your mom was not really up for you guys getting into acting and stuff. Could you tell me that story?
Yes. So basically, my mom has owned a children's theater for, you know, as long as I can remember, and my sister and I grew up in that theater, and we loved performing. My sister's a professional actress as well. She's not a professional singer. She does not want to sing. It's funny. She doesn't even like to do auditions for acting parts if there's singing involved. So it's funny because we're definitely different in that way. But, you know, we both love performing and acting, and so she asked my mom if she could be an actress. And my mom was like, nope. Nuh-uh. No, man. Nope. Horrible business. It's not going to happen. So my sister, who is the most persistent person in the world, continued to beg my mom every day for 2 years. And finally my mom, like, got guilted into it. She's like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, pursue this. But she still didn't want, you know, Vanessa to act. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to find an agent that turns down kids, like, a lot, and they'll realize it's much harder than they think to find an agent and to be in the acting world. And she found an agent, turned down kids like 95% of the time, takes Vanessa and I to the agent. Well, Vanessa goes in, then Vanessa comes out, and then the agent asks to see my mom, and I'm 5, Vanessa's 8. I'm a crazy 5-year-old. I'm constantly, like, singing to everyone and just being crazy and outgoing, and I follow my mom into the office, and the agent tells my mom, we want to take Vanessa. And my mom's like, what? And then I say, well, I don't have an agent. And the agent says, oh, honey, we'll take you too. And my mom's like, what? And we've been with the same agents ever since.
Wow. So fast forward, now your mom is a stage mom? Not something she had planned?
My mom, like, I had to drive us all around. Like, she's a superwoman. And she has, like, 3 other jobs that have nothing to do with, like, that. So it was, like, really, really impressive that she was able to do it all. Thankfully, my sister now and I have our licenses. She's very thankful about, so she, like, doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
Okay, so what was your first job? How old were you, and what was it?
It was a J.C. Penney commercial, I believe. I think I was 5. I'm trying to remember if it, it takes a long time. It's not just like you start acting. I mean, for some people it is, but typically you're going to do many auditions before you get a role. So I'm trying to think. I think I was like 5, but I was turning 6 in a few months. I got a J.C. Penney commercial. I was so crazy. I was like such a crazy, outgoing girl, and they loved it. Like they were like, "Yes, we love your craziness." I was like jumping on beds. I had, a quote unquote like brother in the commercial that I was like so annoying to. Like I actually got to know the guy like for we saw him in auditions, and he actually started taking classes with my mom's theater, and he was awesome. And we would always talk about the first time we met because I was literally the worst. I was like hitting him, and like I was like.
So you're acting like a sister, basically.
I was the worst. I was like just a weirdo, but everyone loved it apparently. So I got that commercial, and then my first like TV job was Without a Trace, and my sister and I actually played sisters. It was the only time we've ever worked together, and we were Anthony LaPaya's daughters.
Right.
So that was cool.
Yeah, you were on a lot of shows, weren't you, before Austin and Ally came along?
Yes. I mean, I've been working for almost 16 years. It's crazy.
You're a veteran. Look at you.
Yes.
And then, so tell me about when I was going to say Austin Powers. Tell me about when Austin and Ally came along. What was going on in your life, and obviously, what was your awareness of what was happening at that point? How old were you?
So, I was auditioning for stuff. It's funny, I actually made kind of a conscious effort. I was a freshman in high school. Mm-hmm. I was very active in my high school. I was, joining clubs left and right. I was in drama club. And I made kind of a conscious decision about whether or not to do the spring musical at my high school or to audition for things. So it was almost like do the spring musical and, definitely know I'm going to have a great time with my theater school people, or go on auditions and not even know if I'm going to get a part or not. So I was, I made the decision, the hard decision to be like, okay, I'm not going to do the spring musical and I'm just going to audition.
Right.
And I did audition, and one of the things I auditioned for was Austin and Ally. And I fell in love with the character. I felt so connected to her, and I loved the script. And I, went in, and I got a call back. I tested for it. I met Ross and Rainey the same day. Well, actually, that's not true. I met Rainey years ago because Rainey and I actually did a show together, like so many years prior. So we had known each other for a while, so we were so excited to see each other. And there's a lot of people for Austin, a lot of people for Ally, not actually that many people for Trish. And at the end of the day, there was only one person for Austin. It was Ross. There was only one person for Trish. It was Rainey, and there were 2 Allys, and I was one of the potential Allys. So I was having a heart attack. I was like, oh my God, am I going to get this part?
Is the other one someone we've heard of?
Wait, say it again?
Was the other one someone we've heard of, or someone that we haven't heard of?
Oh, I'm not going to say who the other girl was, but the other girl who didn't get the part is.
But did she?
No,
okay, go ahead.
She was a really sweet girl, and it was, it was funny. She looked completely different than I did. She was blonde. We looked super, super different.
Right.
So, originally I had heard that they wanted a blonde for Ally, so they actually didn't see me for a little bit for Ally, because they didn't think I was the right look. And then they kind of couldn't find the girl, and so I went in and then I got it. So it was really awesome. It was the longest 3 days of my life, the 3 days after not knowing if I got the part or not. So finally when I found out I got it, I was so happy. I was so excited. It was a show about music, the 2 things I love, acting and music. And it definitely opened so many doors for me musically. I got my music manager that way, which then, I did co-writing sessions and got a record deal and, cut to now. So it's been such an amazing experience.
The Disney shows, the whole Disney Channel sort of experience where they actually get teenagers to play teenagers as opposed to getting people in their 20s to play, right? And then we've seen this time and again where somebody starts on the Disney Channel, Brittany and Christina and Miley, and some of them move up to doing really well. Some of them go askew. But so you're now at that next stage where you're sort of moving into the adult world and building your career as an artist. And they sort of guide very much so, it seems, at the Disney Channel. So now you're on your own. So do you have a plan, a path? What is it that you'd like to do at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I take kind of everything in stride, and, I have an overall kind of plan of what I want to get into. Obviously, I'm transitioning to music, and music's something I've always loved, and I've always wanted to do, and I was always kind of doing. So the fact that, I'm really, really going for it, and it's finally the number one on my priority list. It was always kind of because of acting and school. It was kind of like, number 3 or 4, but now it's number 1. So that's awesome for me. Like, it's a really cool place to be. I'm going part-time to college, which is really important to me. I'm probably not going to graduate till I'm like 30 because I'm going part-time. But I want to go, and I, love going when I can go. So that's been amazing. And, of course, with acting, I want to, it's such a huge part of my life, and it's always going to be a huge part of my life. So I'm still auditioning, and it's hard kind of working out scheduling with music. There's been things I've, unfortunately had to turn down because, my music is, number 1. And the scheduling kind of gets a little rough. But then there's other things projects that I really love, and I'm going to make this work as much as I possibly can. So there's a few things in the works right now that are really exciting, and I'm excited about. So I can't talk about it quite yet with acting, but I can't wait for that. And, at the end of the day, with all this other stuff, the most important thing, too, is just kind of to be, what I want is to also be, like, a good human being. So anything I can do with that, spending time with my family and friends, and, I love kind of getting involved with any awesome charities or organizations. So I think, there's a lot of things I want to do, and it's definitely hard sometimes to find the time for every single thing. But I think if you can, and if you can time manage, the right way, it is possible to do, like, everything you want to do.
I think it is. It's all about jam packing that calendar, but make sure you leave room to relax a little bit occasionally.
I know, right? I know that's the thing I need to work on the most. But I'll get used to that. I'll figure it out.
So this weekend you're going to be in New York for Arthur Ashe Kids Day?
Yes, I'm performing Lala for the first time, so you guys can get it on iTunes and then hear me sing it live on. Well, I'm going to be singing it live on Saturday. It's the U.S. Open Arthur Ashe Kids Day. I'm co-hosting and performing, but it's actually going to air on ABC Sunday, I believe, at like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow, that's great. That's terrific.
Yes, I'm so excited.
And then in September, you're going to be at the Miss America competition on the judges panel.
I'm so excited. You have no idea. The judges panel is awesome, and I'm really grateful to be a part of the panel this year. It's awesome.
Well, you've got an amazing judges panel, don't you?
Oh my gosh, they're like, everyone on the panel is great. Like, I'm excited to meet everyone.
Who are you going to have? Who's going to be there?
Oh my gosh, so we're going to have Gabby Douglas. We have Cole Swindle. We have Sierra. We have Mark Cuban. I mean, like, the list is just insane, and I know for me, I'm really excited about all of them, but definitely Gabby Douglas. She's like, a national hero. So it's
absolutely
really cool. I'm
right
going to have
now.
to like contain my fan girl, my inner fan girl, and try to calm down.
Well, how do you keep from geeking out? I mean, you've been on the other side of that. So how does that feel? And then to go.
Oh my gosh, I get so starstruck. I wish I was like cooler and more chill. I'm like not. I get so starstruck. So I just have to like take a breath and just be like, it's cool, it's fine.
Yeah. Do you ever have a moment with someone who's the one person that you've met that you got completely starstruck and just made a fool of yourself?
One person, like many people. It's funny. I actually had a really. It's a long story, but I had a pretty embarrassing story with Jason Mraz. And then like 2 years later, I actually ended up writing with him, which was awesome. And thankfully, I didn't bring up the embarrassing story, and he like didn't remember because he probably has like so many people going to him all the time. But I had a pretty embarrassing one with him where I got super starstruck and like had his beanie at one point, and then it was the whole thing. But you know, like anytime I go to any of these award shows, I get so starstruck. I'm like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've only had one out of body experience. I've met a lot of people, but I only had one out of body experience.
Who is your person?
You get them a total geek. Stan Lee.
Oh my god, I love it.
You know, I've met like huge stars, and he's the one that got completely.
Isn't it funny, the ones that really like it's sometimes I'll be around like people who are like huge, and I'm like a fan, but it's not as much as like other people who I get like super starstruck about it. It's like funny what your like almost your body chooses to like freak out with. You know what I mean? Like you start like sweating and shaking. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was, and I had met him before, but he just walked into the room, and I was like, you know, because I had to interview him, you know, so I'm like, and I was like,
oh my god, that's amazing.
It was like all of a sudden, it's like, I forgot what I'm talking about. It's just a moment, Okay, wait, one more question. I asked this of somebody yesterday because he said he was a real big comic book fan. I talked to Pooch Hall, who was on Ray Donovan.
Okay.
If you could play one superhero, who would it be?
Ooh, good question.
Someone who's not already being played.
Okay, if I could be one superhero. Okay, so I have two answers. One, I'm like Catwoman is like I think the coolest. I mean, she's kind of not really a superhero. I guess she's more
she's
kind
like
of a villain, but she's
She's
complicated. She's like a complicated character. So Catwoman is awesome.
Okay.
And then I actually did. I've been working musically with a show called Miraculous Ladybug. It's like this adorable animated show that's about kind of these new superheroes, and one of the superheroes, her name is Ladybug, and it's like all about woman empowerment, and it's like she has like this awesome like spandex latex ladybug outfit, and so it's kind of not like a huge superhero yet, but I would love to be Ladybug. She's like amazing.
Where's that going to be?
So that's like around the world in like many different ways. I think it's on Nickelodeon in America. Mm-hmm. So it's like an animated show. It's super, super cute. I'm obsessed with it. It's so sweet.
Wow, that's so great. Well, Laura, is there anything we've missed? I think we've hit so much today, and your energy is so great. I just,
oh, thank you.
Have heard great things and expect great things, and it was so exciting to talk to you today.
It was so lovely to talk to you. Thank you for giving the time, and I'm so excited for everyone to hear Lala. So everyone, get it now. It's out now. And I thank you, David. I really, really appreciate it.
And we'll be following you on Twitter at Laura Marano, all one word.
All one word, Laura Marano, LauraMarano.
Okay, and on Facebook, Laura Marano Official, and Instagram and all the other stuff. And it's that's really cool. That's really cool. Laura, thanks for being with me on Pop Goes the Culture, and I hope you'll come back in person one day.
Yes, I would love to, 100%.
Okay.